So you know how to do 4 of these Khan Academies now. I'm gonna grade them next week, all of them next week, but you should be able to do these, at least these two really, really fast because they're just slope. Find the sheet that says how to write an equation in slope-intercept from points. It's on the back of one of your papers, probably. If you don't have the handout, it's okay. You can just write them in your notes. Let's walk through a problem. So here I have -2, -6, and 2, -4. Whenever you have points and you want to write an equation, the first thing you need to do is find the slope. So I'm going to use the slope formula because I don't have a picture, so rise over run wouldn't help me. Whenever you are plugging stuff into a formula, it makes sense to label them xy, xy, 1, 1, 2, 2. And when I plug it in, I want to just make sure I'm watching out for my negatives. And then -4 minus -6 is the same thing as saying -4 plus 6. And then 2 minus -2 is the same thing as 2 plus 2. So I get 2 over 4, which is 1/2. So my slope is 1/2. And again, I wanted the equation. And in my equation, that means I can plug in 1/2. And that might help you eliminate some answers on a multiple choice test. But let's find the y-intercept. And the way you do that is you're just going to plug in one point. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to plug in the first one just because. And I'm going to plug it into my simplified formula that has the 1/2 in there. So when I plug it in, my y value was -6. My x value was -2. You'll notice I only have one variable left. So when I multiply and then I add 1 to both sides, I get my y-intercept to be -5. So my equation, my correct equation, solving for both x, m and b, is y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Okay. So on the same page, it should say how to graph from point slope. Let's work out an example. So y minus 3 equals -3/2 parentheses x plus 1. You can definitely pause the video if you need to. Okay, step 1 is you need to identify your point and slope. And again, this is point slope formula because it's got those parentheses. It's y minus y1. It looks right. Okay, my point, well, I know there's a 3 here and a 1 here. And I know my slope is -3/2. So that means my point is going to be -1, 3. Remember, I'm sorry. It's x minus x1, so it's x minus -1. Okay, then my slope is right in front of the parentheses, so I know it's -3/2. And then once I have that information, I can actually graph it. So I'm going to plot my point of -1, 3, and then I can do rise over run with the slope. -3 means I'm going to go down 3 over 2. If you don't have enough space, you can go up 3, left 2. You could also make a t-chart if you really needed to. There's some videos on there if you need them. How to convert from point slope to slope intercept form. We're almost done. Let's work through this problem. Y minus 3 equals -2 parentheses x plus 1. What you need to do is you just need to get rid of those parentheses by distributing everything through. So if I distribute the -2 through, I'm going to get y minus 3 equals -2x minus 2. Then you need to get your y all alone and get y equals, because I'm going to add 3 to both sides, -2x plus 1. Okay, so that's the easiest thing. How to graph from standard form. If it's in the standard form, I used to have a lot of problems with this, but if it's in standard form, it's actually really easy to graph it. So I call it the cover and solve method. Some people call it the intercept method. And the way you find an intercept means the other variable is set to 0. So to find my x-intercept, that means y would be set to 0. So it goes away, so I'm left with 2x equals 1, so that means x equals 1/2. So on the x-axis, I'm going to plot 1/2. To find the y-intercept, I set x equal to 0 in the original equation. So when x equals 0, it's y equals 1. So on the y-axis, I'm going to plot 1. I'm not going to ever do the point 1/2 comma 1. That won't make much sense. Then I just connect them, and that's my graph from standard form. Super fast. How to convert from standard form to slope form. What I think some of y'all were doing was you were converting it to graph it. You weren't just straight up graphing it. So I have 2x plus 1, 2x plus y equals 1. And if I want to graph it, I need to get my x terms to the right side. I need my y term all alone. So how do you move something over? You do the opposite. So I subtracted 2x. And then I don't need to do anything else, but that happened to be it. Y equals negative 2x plus 1. And then you can graph it. Okay, so tape these in your notes and then start on the Khan Academy or finish the Khan Academy and then take the exit ticket. That's all.